visible, don't turn on your camera. If you don't want to be heard, you don't want your voice recorded, then don't turn on your microphone, okay? I will stop recording closer to the end, but I'm going to have it recording now so that anybody who is late or is absent today can review the video and see what's going on, okay? So we are officially recording. All right, so hopefully we can still see my screen. Let me know if you can or can't. That would be helpful. Okay, and we are officially recording. So, all right, I'm about to give you your link. Thanks, Jesus, I appreciate it. What I need you to do when you make your copy, the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to do not link your slides. When you make your copy, it's going to ask you that right away. Do not link your slides. So I'm going to repeat this a million times, but do not link your slides. The reason being is because you are making a copy from my one teacher copy, okay? If you link slides, not only if I change anything in my version, not only will it move stuff in your version, but it'll move stuff in anybody else's version that is also linked. Okay, so we don't want that problem. We want to make sure that we have our copy and it's left alone. Nobody else can mess with it, right? It'd be really upsetting if you went and did all this work on your cover and made it beautiful, and then you came back and somebody had deleted it, right? That would really, really suck. So I haven't had you make a copy yet, Caesar, so don't stress about that yet. I will give you the link in just a moment. I just want to point out that I do not want you to link the slides. So do not link slides. Okay, it'll pop up as a button. Let me show you real quick. So I'm going to make a copy, and I'll just make a copy of this slide, just demo it. Okay, so this is the thing that's going to pop up when you get your version, and I want to just point it out. Come on, it's thinking. Slowly but surely we'll get there, guys. Oh, it did not pop up. Okay, and you know, it might have been because I didn't make more copy or more slides. So let me just make the whole presentation so you guys can see what's going on. So make a copy. This is, again, not how you're going to do yours. This is just so I can show you what I mean by link slides, okay? So you will get a link, and it's going to force you to make a copy before anything else happens. And about here, the top of the slide, you'll get the notification, do you want to link slides? And you're going to say, no, do not link slides. And of course, it's not going to show you what I'm trying to show you. Okay, so if it asks you, do not link your slides. That's all I'm trying to say, guys. Do not link your slides, okay? So I'm going to give you your link now. Let me grab it real quick. You're going to get your link. Okay, and what are you going to do if it asks you for linking slides? What are you going to do? Type it in the chat. What are you going to do if it asks you to link slides?
Don't link them.
Perfect. Thanks for speaking up, guys. I appreciate that. Yes, do not link them. Okay, when you can tell I have like a lot of warnings, right? When I press send, you guys can probably see that I've got the document right here sitting ready to go. Okay, when I press send, start on this first slide. Don't go past here yet. Okay, I'm going to talk about it once you guys have the document. Be patient if it's having some trouble loading, okay? It's a big slideshow. All right, so I'm pressing send, and remember, you are not going past the first slide. You are not linking your slides. Do not link. So in your chat, you have your document. Go ahead and open that. Okay, go ahead and open that. If you've just joined us, in the chat, you're going to find a link to your virtual, your digital student notebook. You're going to click on that link. Do not link the slides if it asks you. And then stay on this first slide with me, okay? And then when you have your notebook, go ahead and type done in the chat for me. Okay, so when you have your notebook, click done, or type done, I should say. Thanks, Jesus. I won't leave that little message because I've got 3 of you now who are perfect examples of class. 5 of you are perfect examples of class, and I'm sure every one of you are also perfect examples. You're just not finished yet. Okay, Sean, I see that you have gotten access now. I'm assuming you can see our screen now. Okay, cool, perfect, guys. Thanks for typing done. There's still more of you, so I'm going to give you guys a moment. Okay, I figured out what you meant, Adrian. All right, done. Okay, so that is one very important step. Okay, our next step, you're going to notice throughout our slideshow, I put like instruction bubbles, little post-it notes. I put the instructions on the side so that you can see your slide, so that you can have access to your slide. Okay, so just be aware that instructions are going to be posted for the most of the time on the sides here, either side. Usually I go on the left-hand side though. Okay. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to open up my screen more so you guys can see. We are going to title our notebook. Remember, we should still be on this first slide only. We have not gone past this slide yet. So we're going to title our notebook. You're going to change the name part that's in parentheses, and you're going to type in your name. So my name is Chelsea DeBoer. Okay, so I changed the name part in parentheses. I'll undo that so you guys can see again. Okay, your name in parentheses should be your actual name without parentheses. You also have a little fill in the blank here. That fill in the blank is for your class number. So this is period 3. So once you have titled your notebook, okay, once you have titled your notebook, we're going to move to the second slide. So I'll give you guys a second to do that. Okay, I'm going to actually go back and have it untitled because if anybody makes a copy of this now, then they're going to get a copy of Chelsea DeBoer 3 notebook. So we don't want that. Okay, so once you have titled your notebook, we're going to go to our next slide and just hang tight for a moment. Okay, so I'm going to move to this next slide. I want you to read it and then I'll demo it. This one's pretty easy to do, but I want to make sure we understand. Otherwise, I'm going to get like 200 emails in my inbox, and I don't want that right now. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and repost. It looks like we have a new person joined our chat or joined our class. So I'm going to repost the slideshow link so that we are on the same place, on the same page. Okay. And then remember, as you open up your slideshows for the first time, you click Do Not Link, and then we're going to update our name of our notebook. Okay. All right. At this point, most of you should be done. And again, if you're getting behind, just don't start clicking on random stuff. You can either ask me again at the end to show you, or you can rewatch the recording that I'm making right now, or I'm going to also post like picture and like a PDF that have picture and written instructions. So if that is easier to follow along for you too, I'll post those in addition to the video. All right, so we're about to do a very important thing. Everything we do to start is really important. So I will use that word a lot, important. We are going to share your notebook with me, but before you jump ahead and start sharing, okay, you need to make me a commenter. So when you share it with me, we need to change it from being viewer or editor to say commenter. This is so that if I grade your stuff or when I grade your stuff, I can leave you feedback. I can say, hey, this looks great, or hey, this is incorrect. If you want to redo it, let me know when you're done and I can grade it for a better grade, right? And then we also need to uncheck this little box. It comes checked by default. You need to uncheck it. What will happen if you leave it checked is I'm going to get 200 emails throughout the day with people sharing their notebook with me. And you know what that does? That pushes all of your question emails to the bottom, and I have to filter through and find all the question emails. And so if you have a question, you really need me to help you, then I'm going to get stuck behind all of these notifications that you shared your notebook with me. So we're going to click on the share button now. Okay. And you're going to type my name. So it's Chelsea DeBoer, and I pop up. Okay, so you can see Chelsea DeBoer. All right, I'm going to leave that just like this. Okay, so you can still see the spelling of my name. Remember, we're going to change editor to commenter because you don't want me to edit your notebook. You don't want me to accidentally delete stuff, right? I know I don't want to accidentally do that. And then see how it comes pre-checked? Let's uncheck this, okay? So when you have commenter and your notify people is unchecked, there's no check in this box, it is blank, then you can click share for me. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this screen here for a second. All right, is there anybody who needs me to re-show them how to do this part? Just let me know that you need help or that you're lost and I can go back, okay? Again, for those of you who are just joined us, thank you for letting me know you're done, Matthew. That is so helpful. Yeah, if you guys can also follow Matthew's example and let me know that you're done, that will let me know that I can move on to the next part. Thanks, Jesus. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Miguel. Thanks, Cesar. Thanks, Brianna. Okay. Yeah, that really, really makes it helpful. Okay, so I'll wait till I get a few more dones. Thanks, Gerardo. We'll wait. Thanks, Daniela. Thanks, Stephen. Okay. And if I might have gotten a share. Uh-oh. Don't want to put anybody on blast if you accidentally shared it to me. So, yep. Somebody did not click the share button or somebody did not notify people. Somebody had it with a check mark. Remember, please uncheck this. I don't need 200 emails letting me know that you shared it. Okay? So make sure this is unchecked. All right. So, all right. Looks like we are good to go. I was trying to give you guys some time. Okay. So on our next slide, these are more important things. I want you to come up to the top of your Google slideshow screen here, and you see next to the name of your notebook, there's a little star. I want you to star your notebook. It's like favoriting it, if it makes sense. It makes it so it'll be easier to find. So we're going to star our notebook. You don't need to let me know when you're done with that one, okay? Just star it. And then the next thing I want you guys to do is to make sure we move this in move our notebook to the drive where we can find it. So next to that star, there is a little folder with an arrow. And when you hover over it like I'm doing, it gives you the button that says move. Okay, so the button says move. So we're going to click on that button. And mine's already in a certain folder, so it's already there. But I want you guys to just put it in your drive. So let's put it in your drive somewhere. If you have an ag biology folder, you're welcome to put it there. If you have, maybe you have it labeled with my last name. I don't know why, but you could do it that way. If you have a folder you want to put it in, then put it into that folder. If you want it just on your drive, then I want you to just make sure it says my drive here and move here. If you want to make a folder for it, there's a little folder plus button, and you can call it Ag Bio Notebook. Okay, you can call it whatever you want. If you have other teachers doing digital notebooks, maybe you can say class notebooks. You can label it whatever you want if you want it in a specific folder. But if you just want it in your drive so it comes right up, you don't have to click on folders, you're going to put it somewhere here, and then you're going to click move here. Okay, so two things to do now. Star it and move it to your drive somewhere where you can easily find it. That's the whole point of this. We want you to be able to easily find it. Okay? So easily find it. So I'll give you guys a second to do that. Okay. Our next step, our next step does not have its own special slide. I'm going to send you guys, or I'm going to give you a link in the chat here for a form. The form is asking you to register your notebook. So I'll show you how I want you to do this. You're just going to put your last name, your first name, click the correct period number. You are in period 3. And then you're going to copy and paste the link from your notebook. So your notebook link is right here. Okay. So it's in our URL link. We need this link, so we need to copy it. So I'm going to just click on it and it highlights it. And then to copy it, you just right click and you can see copy. Okay, so copy it. And then you will post it or place it in this spot here. So right click, maybe, there we go, paste. So I'm gonna give you this link right now. Let me pull it up and copy it for you. Okay, so your link for that form that I want you to complete now is in the chat. Okay, so in the chat, click on that link so you get this form. Okay, you're gonna get this form. So fill it out, it'll take just a moment. And then again, you're gonna copy the link from the top of our notebook. Okay, and we are going to put it into our form. Okay, into the form, right there. Please let me know that you are done when you finish this one. Okay, let's put done when we are finished with the form. So I will give you guys a couple minutes. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Bree. Thanks, Stephen. Thanks, Jesus. You guys are very fast. Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, Gerardo. Thanks, this way. Thanks, Caesar. Thanks, Daniela. Okay, so I'll give you guys a moment. Once you're finished with this form, then you guys can kind of start looking through the slideshow, looking through the notebook. Don't delete anything. Just kind of start sliding through it, checking out what's here. Okay, we'll go through it and I'll point out the cool stuff and the more important stuff. Okay, and then what we're doing in it. So let's finish up our form. Okay. If anybody needs the link and can't find it, I'm going to copy it and paste it in here again. Okay. So there's the link for this form if you have not filled it out yet. And again, to get your link for your notebook that I want you to copy and paste, you just come to the notebook and click the link at the top. And that's what you're going to paste right in here. Okay. Alrighty. Anybody need more time? You can either turn on your mic and just say yep, or just say please in the chat. That way I know we need a little bit more time to do this. Okay. Remember, if you're done with your form, go ahead and look. Okay. See what's in here. I'll point out the stuff and I'll show you some cool features. Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Wow, that was the Jeopardy thinking song. I don't know what they call it. Anyways, okay, so it looks like we have a couple more people done, and it does not appear that anybody is asking for additional time. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some cool features of your notebook. First off, I will get to slide 15. Okay, I don't even know what slide 15 is on top of my head. Okay, so that's safety contract. We'll talk about it. So I will get there, Jesus. I will point it out. What I do want to point out now is that you guys do not have to keep these title slides, these first 3, the ones with the instructions. At any point, you can delete these 3. That is okay. Okay. You just do not want to delete past this point. So we're going to delete, 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 because those are just the instructions I needed you to have at the beginning. I am going to put mine back though, because I still need this for later on. Okay, so you can delete yours though. Yes, America, you can do this all when you get off. And what I will do is I will give you a like a paper copy. So not a paper copy. So let me explain that. I have a document that I created that has screenshots and instructions for every step that we've completed. So just watch and see what features we have, because I'm going to talk about what we're going to do in our notebook. And then you can make the copy and you can do all these things when you're not on the video call, okay? So that is fine. So anybody else who's in that same boat, that is fine. If you let me know that you are gonna do this after we leave class, then just let me know in the chat so I can send you guys, I'll just send you, I'll put it on Canvas and then I'll send you the link to where it is on Canvas for that step-by-step instructions, okay? All right, so let's look at our cover really quick. I'm going to extend my screen, so just watch and see what you can do. Okay, we already retitled our notebook, so we can delete this part. And we also already shared it, so I'm gonna delete this part. So that leaves you with 2 more tasks, okay? So we have the option, okay, we have the option of, let me see if I can make this, there we go, that's what I want. Okay, we have the option of adding text boxes to add your name, class period, and ag biology to the front cover. So yesterday, let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see hopefully a little bit better on the sides here. Okay, so we're gonna add our text boxes, which is one of the things we did in yesterday's activity. And we added pictures and all that stuff. So we're going to add in text boxes so that we can edit our cover. By the way, if you don't like the color of this cover, you can click on the current cover and right click it. And it gives you the option to format. So format options. You can recolor it, okay? And so you can change the color. The other thing you can do is if you find a different notebook cover you like better, you can just put that as your background as well. The other option is if you want to just put a picture over it, you can do that. There's a lot of things you can do. So the cover is going to be 100% customizable by you. When you're done with these messages, just delete them out of your way, okay? Don't delete the cover though, unless you like the rustic wood. I had to put just a background picture. So you can just delete these things and get rid of them. So now you have your blank canvas. So to insert a text box, there's a couple ways to do it. There is a wonderful little toolbar right where my mouse is hovering. You see a little box that has a T in it. That's the text box. You click on that. Now you can insert a text box. You can fill the text box with colors. So if you want to have a different color, you can outline it with a different color. You can make the line really thick or really thin, okay? You can, I'm gonna use the thick one just to demo with it. And you can even change whether you want like dots, dashes, you can make it however you want, and you can type in it and use whatever fonts you want, okay? So the idea is that you can do really whatever you want to this thing, okay? Make it how you want it to look. Did I not type the R? Apparently not. There we go. So you can do whatever you want here, okay? Make it your own. The only thing that I'm going to ask that you do is that you make sure you include the requirements, which is the name, class period, ag biology, and then minimum 2 pictures that represent you, 1 picture that represents agriculture science, a favorite quote. So maybe it's a song lyric, that's okay too. Sorry, I'm putting everything back so you guys, I can use this again in later periods. Thanks for answering that question in the chat, Matthew. Yes, Sean, you can delete these first 3 slides if you're finished. And then you can also delete all of this junk off of the slide on your cover if you don't need the instructions anymore, okay? So thank you for clarifying that, Matthew. I appreciate it. I had to leave our chat temporarily just so I can show you as much of the screen as possible. So here is my sample cover that I made for our class. You can put your name and information wherever. It just needs to be visible. So if you type your name really, really small, that is not visible to me, okay? Yes, I have glasses, but these are just literally to protect my eyes from all the light that comes off of my computer. So they don't magnify or anything, okay? I'm not blind. I just trying to protect my eyes a little bit because I get headaches very easily, okay? So name, class name, your period, and quote. You need one quote. I put two because I like them both. So if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. And then today is your opportunity to build the tomorrow you want, okay? Martin, I'm not sure what you're asking about moving slides. So just know that you can delete these first three, but don't move anything else yet, okay? Okay, so here's my ag pictures. I put a chicken because I get baby chicks this week. They're literally in the mail coming to my house. Woot woot. Can't wait for my little chickies. And then FFA emblem because I teach ag and FFA. And then pictures that represent me, I've got my national parks emblem because I love traveling to the national parks. And then I put this like collage emblem because I love all things science. I think it's fascinating. And so those are what I put to represent me. You can put whatever you want. You can put pictures of your own pets, of your friends. You can do however, okay? But to add pictures, here's your text box and here's a little insert image. You can upload from your computer, search the web, etc. So things we practiced yesterday, okay? All right, so at this point, I'm just gonna show you some other things. We'll talk about that slide 15 that Jesus brought up, okay? When you're in presentation mode, I'm super excited about this. I think it's handy. So hopefully you guys can still see my screen. When you are in presentation mode, you can click on any of the tabs and they will take you to that tab page. And then you can click and go through and find stuff. And so if you're in the middle of a tab or in the middle of a unit and you want to go back to the class info, you can click on class info. So that's something that I think is pretty cool that will help you, you know, with shortcuts to get to places you want to go, okay? The first tab of our notebook is all class info stuff. Same thing, this is linked as well, so I'll show you that. So if you click on the safety contract, it takes you to the safety contract here. You'll notice this one has like little boxes on top of it, okay? So I'll exit it and talk about that because that's the one that Jesus had a question on. We'll talk about it in just a minute though. But you have your whole syllabus, okay? I've cut it up and broken it into different pages so that you can see your whole syllabus at any given time. So this is something that you shouldn't delete, leave it in there, okay? Here's your safety contract. I highlighted the most important rules. When we one day take our safety test, these are the rules that the questions mostly ask about, okay? And then page 15, which if you deleted those slides, it might be a little earlier than page 15. But page 15 is like the signature page. If we were in class, okay, we would have a paper safety contract. And so you would have to get this signed and bring it back. So students, you're gonna click on these red boxes and type your name. And then on the next box, I want you to use a fancy font, like a cursive font. And now I want you to sign your name, basically, okay? So that's how you can sign your safety contract. We've gone through it. There are a few more rules that, since they're not highlighted, I didn't focus on, but they kind of don't apply necessarily to our class. And then I want you to have, your parents fill in their name and sign it too. Okay, so that's going to be our temporary signature page for our safety contract, just understanding the safety rules. Okay. All right, Jesus, does that clarify what this slide 15 is about? All right, I'm going to remove my name. Cool. Thanks for confirming. So very easy to fill out. You just click on the text boxes that I already put for you. Okay. All right. So your first whole tab is just class info. Okay. Now the second tab is help. By the way, you can't click on things if you're not in present mode. Okay. So the second tab is help and shortcuts. All right. Again, when you are in present mode, you can click on all of these things and it takes you to the page you want. Okay, so this is something I think is really cool and I'm excited for you guys to be able to take notes in here. These are highlighters. And so when you take notes, you can copy any of these highlighters and paste them on the note page. So I will demo with a text box off to the side here. Actually, we'll just use the highlighter. I'm going to highlight this text right here. So I'm going to click on one of these, copy. So all I did was I Control and C, or you can right click, copy. And then I'm going to paste it, which it pasted right over it, the previous one. So now I'm going to paste it there and drag it, and you can see it highlights and you can still see your writing underneath. So kind of cool. Those are here if you want to like annotate your notes with them. You also have other colors in case you want like a specific color. And these are all clickable individually. Okay, so you can highlight. Yes, I know that there is the highlighter feature in the slides. You can highlight like this, but it is more solid. And I kind of like, personally, I like that this is sheerer. So it looks like you actually highlighted it, right? So I like that reason, for that reason. So if you like that look too, and you just think it's cool and you want to have fun with your notebook, which is what I want you to have, is some fun with it, then that's here too, okay? There's also arrows. So if you want to like point to something in your notes, like, hey, remember this, you can use the arrows. They're just little clip arts, but same thing, copy and paste, okay? And then I have some doodlers. I know I do, especially in my vet science class. If you like to doodle, you like to add pictures, and that's one thing that you miss about a notebook like this, then you can copy, like click on any of them, expand it. You can change the color with the paint can, okay? And you can insert these into your notebook too, into like your note pages. So all of those things are available to you, okay? And there's pages of them. Here's our digital notebook expectations. So we're gonna check every 2 weeks. So this is our first week we have it. So I'm gonna check in 2 weeks, we'll check, okay? And I'll grade it, and we'll talk about grading later. We're gonna use this almost every day now that we have it, okay? So just be aware of that. And then I do encourage you to doodle, okay? So just make it your own, have fun with it. All right, so we'll go through these a little bit later on. Here's a spot for like class links. So we haven't used Quizlet yet, but we've used Flipgrid. So like here's our links to our Flipgrid. You can insert using a text box your remind code. So this code for this period is DeBoer Bio 3. So you can insert that in there, and now you have that as a reminder. So this is just to help you out. Here's the Paris FFA Google Classroom code if you haven't joined, and a spot for you to insert your AET info when we do that next semester, etc. Keyboard shortcuts, just helpful stuff. All right, because we're getting a little close to the end of our time and I don't want to keep you guys much longer, here's what I want you guys to work on. Okay, let me take quick attendance real quick, make sure it loads. We're good there now. Okay, so on Friday, because I don't see you, I want to clarify what we're doing. On Friday, we're going to be working on our Unit 1. So I'm going to go into Present real quick so I can just click and hop over there. We're going to work on Unit 1 vocabulary. So I've already put the words in here. I've already put like a chart in here. And so what you're going to work on in our Unit 1 vocabulary is finding the definitions and adding a picture. So insert a text box. You can see the instructions here. Insert a text box on the vocab table to type a definition. So I'll demo that in just a second. And And then it says to search Google for the definition and a picture for each word. So I'm going to use my text box and I'm going to define biotic, which means living thing. And I am OCD where I like things to all be the same size and the same font. So in my notebook, I would fix this, make it all the same size and font. And then I'm going to add my picture. So there's the picture insert button. Search the web. You guys should have done this yesterday. And now I'm going to look up the term biotic. And I'm going to find a picture that I like, which these are lots of random stuff and nothing I really like. So I'm going to just pick one of them for the demo purpose. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to drag it over my screen. Hey, it's a plant. That works. Okay. And I'm going to change the size of it to fit where it goes. So this is what you're going to do for Friday. You can start early if you want. Okay. So Daniela, this is not due today. This is your Friday task. I'm just sharing it with you so you know where it is and what to do. So this is what you will do on Friday. But you can start early if you want. Okay, this is going to be due when we come to class on Monday because we're going to start off with our first class discussion about our vocab and reviewing the vocab. And then we'll also talk about how to take notes in here. So we'll review the vocab. There'll be a quick checking in with the vocab. So think of it like a pop quiz, not graded, but just to see who's completing their assignment or not. So a small Kahoot or something. And so unit 1, okay, will be in our vocab. So that's what you're going to work on Friday. You can, again, start it early if you want. So insert a text box, insert a picture, okay? If you want to work on your cover in the meantime, maybe you finish your vocab and you're like, I really want to start my cover. Start your cover, guys. Have fun with it. Make it you, all right? Start customizing it to be your notebook. Is there anything else that I can clarify about either Friday's vocabulary? If not, you guys are free to go. I know we took a little bit longer. Okay, and I will post the video and I will post the documented paper copy of the instructions in our Canvas page. Okay, so anybody who couldn't do this right now can do it as we go. All right. All right, your attendance has been taken. You guys should have your slides. You are all set. So if you have any other questions, hang on, put them in the chat. Daniela, no, you do not have anything due today. Okay, you don't have to do anything today. Oh, I'm having an earthquake right now. Sorry, very distracted by that. Okay, so yeah, nothing that you have to do today, but start your cover. And then if you want to start the vocab, Daniela, you can start the vocab. Yeah, perfect. Sounds good, Danielle. Jesus, I see your question. I'm still probably grading stuff. Just you need to be aware that when you turn things in late, if you're turning things in late, it doesn't get graded at obviously the same time as the stuff that everybody else turned in all at once. So just be patient. I've been spending a lot of time getting this notebook set up so that we can have it ready to go. So I will probably start doing a lot more grading and we'll get caught up in grading. Okay, so just make sure that you're attaching stuff. Try to get things turned in on time. I too tend to do most of the grading towards the end of the week and not so much at the beginning. So I'll be doing a lot of grading over the next few days. So after the next few days, Jesus, if you still have the same grade and you're concerned with it, email me and we'll figure it out, okay? Caesar, that lab safety doc that you're saying is due today, that is. You're welcome, Jesus. The only reason why I said it's not something you have to do today is because you should have done it yesterday. So if you haven't finished that, then finish that and submit that. Okay, Caesar? You have a good day too, Jesus. If you guys don't remember where to turn in our, bye, Josue. If you don't know where to turn in our, oh, I don't have a Canvas page open. That's annoying. If you guys don't know where to turn in stuff, bye, Kevin, bye, Adrian. If you don't know where to turn in the Canvas assignment from yesterday, You can log in. Sorry, it's gonna make me go through everything. Apparently I closed my tab. Martin, I sent you an email with the instructions in Spanish, with instructions, the pictures and words are in Spanish, okay? So I sent you those in your email. Check your email, it's already there. Did you get the email, Martin? Yes, okay. So go through that. And there are pictures and like the statements are in Spanish. So go through that and maybe tell me, like once you try and do it, figure out what things you need help with, what specific things, okay? It's gonna take some getting used to, I know. All right, if you're trying to turn in, bye Caesar, if you're trying to turn in the assignment from yesterday, you can go to modules and our lab safety doc turn in, okay? It's gonna make you guys open up a tab and another screen, okay? So it's gonna look like this. So that's yesterday's assignment. You're welcome, Caesar, bye. Any other questions I can help you with right now? Bye, Brianna. Have a good day too. Thank you.